Hi all, this is Saif here. In this video, I'll show you one demo mapping in which we would be picking the data from a flat file and loading the data into a database table. So where can we find the flat file as a source? Go to Start, My Computer. For me it's C drive, for you it would be iDrive. So iDrive, Informatica, 9, Server, InfoShared and source file. Last time we went to target files where we are generating the files, but if we want to read, so the files need to come in this path. So do a double click over here. So there are lots of files available. So which file you need to pick? You need to pick customer underscore flat file dot txt. Open this flat file. So this is your flat file which you would be reading. And what would be your target table? Target database would be Oracle and customer underscore tgt. If you have the data, so apply a truncate statement. So there is no data. So understood, we need to pick the data from a flat file and load the data into a table. So let's follow the steps which we always follow. Go to mapping steps. First step, go to designer and import source definition in source analyzer. Let's go to designer. So here, so if this mapping is already available of your previous, just go to mapping and close. Go to your source analyzer. Now sources, import from database, no, we are importing from flat file. So click on this. So what you need to do, you need to go to my computers. In your case it would be iDrive, for me it's C drive. So iDrive, Informatica, 9, server, InfoShared and source file. You need to say all files. So which is your file? Customer underscore ff. Just say OK. Once you say OK, a pop-up will appear. This is the pop-up. So your file is a delimited file. Can you see, and this is your file name. Can you see the first row is your column names? I don't want it from there. I want from second row. So what you will do, import field names from first line. Just do a check mark on this so that your column name gets evaporated. So it is not there. So you would be picking the actual data. How? By doing a check mark on this field. Let's go next. It's a comma separated. If it would have been other delimiter which is not mentioned over here, do a check mark and mention the delimiter over here. Now it is comma delimiter. Next, what you need to do over here is, corresponding to your column names, you need to cross check the data types. So employee number has a data of numerics, which is correct. Second, F name has a data type text, text, numeric, text, that is correct. Numeric. Now can you see higher date? It should have been date time, but it is picking date text. So do a correction over here. Salary, it's numeric. Commission should be numeric. It is going to text. Change it to numeric. And department number. So that's it, and say finish. Once you say finish, earlier you had a folder of SQL Server. There will be one more folder for flat file. Can you see this? Flat file folder has been created, and if you expand this, you will have all the structures of your flat files in this. So my first step is done, which is importing the source definition. Let's do the second step. Import target definition. Where? Target designer. So my target is already imported over here, customer underscore tgt. If it is not imported, go over here and import. So in the previous mapping we have already imported, so no need to import it again. Third step, go to mapping designer. We will go there. Once you drag the source, it will ask for a mapping name and then drag target. I hope now you are becoming familiar with these steps. Let's go to mapping designer, drag the source. it is asking for a mapping name. So give it is flat file to table. Drag your target. After dragging the target, what you need to do is select anywhere, right click and just link this. So I've already performed the steps, that is link the ports. What you need to do? You need to do save, check your mapping is valid or not. So let's do Control S. My mapping is valid. Same steps which we are performing in the previous two mapping are performed in the same mapping. Let's move ahead. It is telling me to go to Workflow Manager, click on Workflow Designer and create a workflow with a meaningful name. So Workflow Designer, Workflow, Create. So WF underscore S underscore, let's bring the mapping name from Designer tool. Mapping, edit, Control C and Control V. What is the next step? Create a task which is a session. Let's do that. Task, create. So this is a session, S underscore mapping name. Next step, associate mapping to your task, that is session, and link session to workflow. How will you associate your mapping to this session? By saying create. Now out of this three, which is my mapping? First one, FF to table. Let's say OK and done. My mapping is associated. Now I need to link task, link task. Linking is also done. Let's move ahead. Double click on session, go to mappings tab, assign source and target connection name. Let's do these three things. Double click on session name, go to mappings tab, then source. Now my source is a flat file. So just minimize this. So my flat file, so this is the path, $pm source file directory. This path and this path is one and the same. So what is my flat file name? Customer underscore ff.txt. So no need to do changes in your source connections. Go to target. What is my target connection name? It is Abbey Star Rapid Santander. So click over here. It's already taken. If it's not taken, then you can pick from this drop down list. So for now it is correctly picked up. Just say OK. Let's see what it is saying next. Save, check your workflow is valid or not, then run your workflow and monitor the results. Let's do Control S. My workflow is valid. Click anywhere, either white space, right click and start workflow. Come to your monitor tool, see it's running, succeeded. So if you'll come to your Oracle database table and execute the query, so whatever the data which this file had, we have loaded into this table. So we had some 16 rows. So this is the mapping in which we have picked the data from a flat file and loaded into a database table. So please follow these steps and practice the mapping in your virtual machine. If any issues or stuck somewhere, take a screenshot and do a WhatsApp in the group. Thank you.